My girlfriend deleted all photos of me from her Instagram for her aesthetic. I deleted her access to my bank account for my financial aesthetic. She called me screaming when her card declined at the mall. I, 29 male, need to get this off my chest because the last 72 hours have been absolutely unhinged. My girlfriend, 26, and I have been together for about 18 months. Things were good, or so I thought. I work in software development, make decent money. She does content creation, which basically means she posts on Instagram and TikTok trying to become an influencer. Makes maybe $800 a month from it on good months. We don't live together, but we're at each other's places constantly. About 6 months ago, she asked if I could add her as an authorized user on one of my credit cards. Her reasoning was solid at the time. We were going on trips together. Splitting costs was getting complicated with Venmo back and forth, and it'd be easier if she could just use the card for our shared expenses. I make around 95 KES a year, so I wasn't worried about it. Set her up with a 3 KES limit on the card, except shared expenses slowly became her Starbucks runs, her Target hauls, her investment pieces from boutiques. I noticed, but didn't say much. Figure I'm being a good boyfriend, she's building her brand, whatever. Last Thursday, I'm scrolling through Instagram during my lunch break. Saw she posted this whole new grid thing. Very aesthetic, very curated, beige tones, coffee cups, mirror selfies. Looked good, honestly. Then I realized something, scrolled back through her profile. Every single photo with me in it? Gone. And I mean every one. The vacation pics from our trip last summer, the birthday dinner I planned for her, the concert we went to. Photos where I took the picture and she looked amazing, still there. Photos where I was actually in the frame with her, deleted. Went back 2 years on her feed, not a single trace I exist. I texted her, hey, noticed you deleted all our photos together? Her, oh yeah, I'm rebranding, going for a more cohesive aesthetic, you understand, right? Not really, we're dating. Babe, it's just Instagram. It's not that deep. My engagement's been way up since I cleaned up my feed. Plus, couple content doesn't really fit my vibe anymore. Me, your vibe? Or yeah, like, solo girl living her best life energy. My followers respond better to it. I sat there staring at my phone. 18 months together and I'm bad for her aesthetic. Cool. Real cool. Didn't respond, finished my workday on autopilot, got home around 6 p.m., logged into my credit card account, looked at the recent charges, $340 at some boutique 2 days ago, $180 at brunch last weekend, she went with her friends, not me, $90 at Sephora, $65 at a nail salon, none of that was our expenses. Clicked through the settings, removed her as an authorized user, took about 3 minutes, got a confirmation email. Her card would stop working immediately. Then I blocked her number and went to make dinner. My phone started buzzing around 8 p.m. Couldn't see who it was since I'd blocked her, but I knew. Let it go to voicemail, made myself some pasta, watched a movie, went to bed. Friday morning, I unblocked her number just to see what happened. 83 text messages. 83. The first 20 or so were from the mall. Babe, my card isn't working. Hello? The cashier is staring at me. This is so embarrassing. Answer your phone. Why would you do this to me? Then they got more aggressive. You're being childish. It's just Instagram. You can't cut me off like this. I have stuff in my cart. People are watching me get declined. You're making me look broke. And finally, we need to talk. Now. This is financial abuse? I'm coming over. You better fix this. Financial abuse, because I removed her access to my credit card after she erased me from her life for aesthetic reasons. I texted back one thing. Don't come over. We're done. Good luck with your aesthetic. Then I blocked her again. Update 1. 3 days later. So that didn't end things, obviously. Saturday afternoon, she showed up at my apartment. I have a doorbell camera, saw her coming, didn't answer. She rang the bell maybe 30 times, then started yelling through the door. I know you're in there. Open up. We need to talk about this like adults. Adults. Rich coming from someone who deleted me for Instagram likes. She eventually left. Then her best friend started texting me. Let's call her the best friend because I'm not using names. Best friend, you need to talk to her. She's devastated. Me, she deleted every photo of us together. I deleted her access to my money, fair trade. It's not about the photos. It's about her brand. You're being so selfish. Her brand? We're dating. We're dating. She's trying to build something. You should support her. And cutting off her card in the middle of the mall? Do you know how humiliating that was? Do you know how humiliating it is to find out your girlfriend erased your existence for Instagram engagement? Oh my God, you're so dramatic. It's social media. It's not real life. Me, then she shouldn't have any problem paying for real life things with her own money. She called me some choice names. I blocked her too. Sunday morning, I got a call from an unknown number. Answered it like an idiot. Hello? You need to reinstate her card. A woman's voice. Older. Her mom. Who is this? This is her mother, and I'm calling to tell you what you did was cruel and vindictive. What I did was remove an authorized user from my personal credit card. She needs that card. Do you know how expensive it is for her to maintain her online presence? The outfits, the makeup, the brunches for content? That's an investment. An investment in what? Her future? She's building a following. She could be making real money soon. She makes $800 a month. That's because she needs better equipment, better clothes. She can't do that if you've cut her off. I haven't cut her off. I've removed her access to my credit card. There's a difference. You're sabotaging her dream. Her dream involved deleting me from her entire social media presence. I'm just respecting her boundaries. You're being petty. I'm being practical. She hung up on me. An hour later, I got an email. From her. Long one. Here's the summary. She was deeply hurt by my overreaction to her business decision. The photos were deleted because couple content doesn't perform well with her demographic. She'd been planning to talk to me about it, but I jumped to conclusions and weaponized her financial dependence. Financial dependence. On a credit card I gave her access to 6 months ago for convenience. The email went on. She needs time to reassess our relationship, but in the meantime she has expenses, and I need to honor my commitment to supporting her goals. She provided a list of upcoming costs. Photography session, $400. New ring light, $200. Wardrobe refresh, $600. Website hosting, $180. Miss content needs, $300. Total, $1,680. She wanted me to Venmo her the money directly since I'd blocked her card. I replied, no, just that. No. Then I blocked her email. Monday morning, I'm at work. My boss calls me into his office. Hey, so I got a weird email this morning. My stomach dropped. What kind of email? Someone claiming to be your girlfriend saying you've been harassing her online and she's concerned about your mental state. Wanted to know if we had an HR policy about employees' domestic issues. Are you serious? Dead serious. I deleted it, obviously. Seemed like drama. But heads up, she might try to escalate. She's not my girlfriend anymore, and I haven't contacted her once. She's mad I removed her from my credit card. My boss laughed. She tried to get you in trouble at work over a credit card? Apparently. Yeah, keep documentation of everything, just in case. Left his office feeling gross. She was really trying to mess with my job. Got home that evening to find a package at my door. Opened it. Everything I'd ever given her. Birthday presents, Christmas gifts, a sweatshirt she'd stolen from me months ago. All of it, thrown in a box with no note. Petty? Sure. But also, liberating. At least I got my sweatshirt back. Tuesday morning. Another unknown number call. Hello? Hey man, this is her brother. Look, I think you're being kind of a jerk here. Cool opinion. She's my sister, bro. What you did at the mall was messed up. What I did was remove her access to my credit account. Yeah, but like you knew she was shopping. You could have waited. Could've, didn't. That's cold. She deleted 18 months of our relationship for Instagram likes. That's colder. It's just photos, man. It's my money, man. She's struggling now because of you. She's struggling because she spent my money without permission and got cut off. That's called consequences. The family thinks you're being unreasonable. The family can think whatever they want. Tell them to give her a credit card if they're so concerned. You're really not going to help her out? Nope. Wow, guess we know what kind of guy you are. The kind that doesn't pay for my ex-girlfriend's Instagram fantasy? Yeah, that's exactly what kind of guy I am. He hung up, got a text from her later that night, from yet another number. You win okay? I'll put the photos back, just turn the card back on. I didn't respond, didn't block the number either. Wanted to see where this went. Another text. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it would hurt you this much. Then, can we please just talk? Then, I need you. Then, the photos are back up. I checked. She'd reposted exactly 3 photos, old ones from 6 months ago, buried in her feed where nobody would see them without scrolling forever. Bare minimum effort. I texted back, too late. Her, what do you mean too late? Me, I mean we're done. The credit card situation just made it clear what this relationship actually was. I love you. You love what I provided. There's a difference. That's not true. When's my birthday? No response for 5 minutes. Her, this is a test. Really? You're testing me? When is it? I don't have to prove anything to you. You don't know, do you? Her, of course I know. So tell me. Nothing. She didn't know. 18 months together and she couldn't tell me my birthday. That's what I thought. Lose my number. All of them. Blocked her. Again. Update 2. 1 week later. Last week has been next level insane. The entitlement just kept coming. Wednesday, I got a letter, like an actual physical letter in my mailbox, from a law office. Opened it up. Demand for payment, across the top. Some lawyer she'd apparently hired was demanding I pay her $4,200 for financial support promised during the course of the relationship and expenses incurred in reliance on said support. I called the number on the letterhead. Hello, this is the law office of... Yeah, hi, I just got a demand letter from you regarding my ex-girlfriend. Can I ask what this is about? Are you the defendant listed? If that means the guy she's trying to shake down, yeah. Sir, my client has documentation showing a pattern of financial support that was abruptly terminated, causing her significant hardship. Your client had access to my credit card as an authorized user. I removed that access. That's not a contract. She has text messages showing you agreed to support her business endeavors. What text messages? Messages where you stated you'd help her out and support her goals. In what context? I'm not at liberty to discuss the specifics because there is no context where I promised to fund her Instagram career indefinitely. I added her to my credit card for shared expenses. She used it for personal shopping. I removed her. End of story. My client is prepared to pursue this in small claims court. Your client can pursue whatever she wants. I have documentation showing every charge she made. None of them were shared expenses. Tell her I'll see her in court. I hung up, immediately called my buddy, who's a lawyer, explained the situation. He laughed. Hard. Dude, she has no case. Like, zero case. Authorized user agreements can be revoked anytime for any reason. You didn't sign a contract, you're not married, she can't prove promissory estoppel because I'll support you in casual conversation isn't a legally binding promise. This is just a scare tactic. So I should ignore it? Respond through a lawyer saying you dispute the claims and will defend vigorously if she files. That'll usually make them go away. I can draft something for you pro bono. We're friends. He sent over a response letter that basically said, nice try, but no. Sent it certified mail to her lawyer. Friday night, I'm at a brewery with some friends. One of them asks about my ex because he'd seen we weren't posting together anymore. I explained the whole thing. The photos, the card, the aftermath. Wait, he said. Is she the one who's been posting about financial abuse all week? What? He pulled out his phone, showed me. There was her Instagram. Story after story about toxic relationships and partners who weaponize money and recovering from financial abuse. Not a single mention of why the money got cut off, just her playing victim. Comments were sympathetic. You deserve better. That's so manipulative. What a controlling jerk. I felt sick. Can I see your phone? I asked my friend. He handed it over. I clicked to her full profile. The 3 photos she'd reposted of us, gone again. She deleted them. Again. I handed the phone back. Yeah, that's her. Bro, that's insane. Yep. Saturday morning, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Hey, this is her cousin. Family's taking up a collection to help her out since you abandoned her. Wondering if you'd want to contribute to make up for what you did. I stared at the message for a solid minute. You want me to contribute money to help my ex-girlfriend because I stopped letting her use my credit card? Cousin. When you put it like that, it sounds bad. That's literally what happened. She's family and she's struggling. Then you help her. We are, but you're the one who caused this. I caused her to spend my money without permission? You cut her off without warning. She deleted me from her Instagram without warning. We're even. That's not the same thing. You're right, my thing cost me money. Her thing just cost her free access to it. No response after that. Sunday evening, doorbell rings. Camera shows her standing there with the best friend and her mom. I opened the door but kept the chain on. We need to talk, her mom said. Zero greeting. No, we don't. Yes, we do. What you're doing to her is cruel. What I'm doing is nothing. I'm literally not doing anything. Exactly. You're doing nothing while she suffers. She's suffering because she can't use my credit card anymore. That's not suffering. That's adjustment. The best friend jumped in. She can't afford her content creation expenses. Do you know what you've done to her engagement rates? I genuinely don't care about her engagement rates. She's lost followers because she can't post quality content. Again, don't care. My ex finally spoke up, eyes red, makeup running. Why are you being so mean? I said I was sorry. You said you were sorry after you tried every other manipulation tactic first. That's not the same as being sorry. I love you. You don't. You love what I provided. The security, the money, the convenience. You didn't love me. You loved the benefits. That's not true. When's my birthday? She froze. Her mom and the best friend looked at her. Tell me my birthday and I'll consider this conversation. She couldn't. Still. Get off my property. All of you. Her mom started to argue, but I closed the door, locked it. They yelled for a while, then left. Got a Venmo request later that night from her for $3,000. The note said for pain and suffering. I declined it. Then I got a request for $2,500. Note, to make things right. Declined. Then $2,000. Note, please. Declined. Then a $1,500. Note, I'm begging you. Declined. The requests kept coming, amounts getting smaller. $1,000, $500, $200. Declined every single one. Finally got one for $50. Note, I just need groceries. I almost felt bad. Almost. Then I remembered her posting $30 Starbucks orders on her story last month on my card. Declined. Final update. 2 weeks later, things have finally settled down. Mostly. The lawyer thing went nowhere. Got one more letter saying they were reassessing the case, which basically means they dropped it. My buddy said the same thing. If they were serious, they'd have filed by now. Her family stopped contacting me after I blocked all their numbers. The Venmo requests stopped after I blocked her there too. But here's where it gets interesting. Last Tuesday, I got a call from her roommate. We'd met a few times, she seemed normal. Gave me the full story of what's been happening on her end. Apparently, my ex had been telling everyone I'd promised to take care of her financially while she built her brand. That we had an agreement I'd support her for 2 years while she grew her following. That I'd encouraged her to quit her part-time retail job last month, news to me, to focus on content full-time. None of that was true. None of it. But she'd built this whole narrative. Told her friends, her family, her followers. Made herself the victim of a controlling boyfriend who pulled financial support once she started succeeding. The roommate didn't buy it. She's been insufferable, the roommate said. Constantly complaining about money but then buying stuff she doesn't need. She got a package yesterday, $200 worth of stuff from some boutique. When I asked how she paid for it, she said her mom lent her money. Then she posted it all on Instagram with tags. Why are you telling me this? Because she's been talking about taking you to court for real, getting a proper lawyer who will make you pay, and I think that's BS. You didn't do anything wrong. Thanks for the heads up. Also, she's been on dating apps for the past week, posted a story yesterday about finding someone who values her properly. Just thought you should know you dodged a bullet. I had dodged a bullet. A financially manipulative, emotionally immature, Instagram-obsessed bullet. Later that week, I saw through a mutual friend's story that she'd gone to some influencer event. Dressed up, professional photos, the whole thing. Posted about investing in her brand and never giving up on her dreams. The photos were taken by a professional photographer. Probably cost $300 to $400, less than a week after begging me for grocery money. Friday evening, I'm at dinner with some coworkers. My phone buzzes. Email from Herbsect, final message. Opened it against my better judgment. Long email. Very long. Here's the summary. She's moving on and finding herself and wanted me to know she forgives me for not being able to handle her success. She's learned so much about toxic relationships and financial manipulation, and she's grateful for the experience because it taught her what she won't accept in the future. Then, and this is the kicker, she asked if I'd be willing to write a testimonial for her website about supporting women entrepreneurs. I laughed out loud. My coworker asked what was funny. I showed him the email. Is she serious? I think so. That's the most delusional thing I've ever seen. I deleted the email. Didn't respond. Saturday, I was doing some cleaning and found an old photo album. Actual printed photos from before everything was digital. Found some from when we first started dating. She looked happy. I looked happy. Made me sad for a minute. Not for her, for what I thought we had. But then I remembered her face when I asked about my birthday. The absolute blank look. 18 months and she didn't know. That wasn't a relationship. That was a transaction that I didn't realize I was part of. Sunday morning, I deactivated Instagram. Just done with it. Don't need to see her posts. Don't need to know what she's doing. Don't care about the aesthetic or the engagement or any of it. My best friend texted me, "Dude, did you see her latest post? Deactivated. Don't care." She posted a carousel about red flags in relationships, and one of them is partners who control your finances. Of course she did. The comments are brutal though. Someone pointed out she literally deleted her boyfriend from her page. People are calling her out. Good. You don't want to see? Nope, I'm done. She can post whatever she wants. Doesn't affect me anymore. And it doesn't. That's the thing. Once I realized what the relationship actually was, me funding her lifestyle while she built a fake online persona, it stopped hurting. She wasn't sad about losing me. She was sad about losing access to my money. Big difference. Last I heard through friends, she moved back in with her parents. Still posting, still trying to make it as an influencer. Still deleting and reposting photos based on engagement rates. Me? I'm good. Better than good, actually. Dating someone new, met her at a friend's party. She's a teacher, doesn't have Instagram, thinks the whole influencer thing is weird. When I told her the story, she said, "Wait, she deleted you for aesthetics? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." Yeah, it really was. The money I was spending on my ex's lifestyle? Putting it toward a down payment on a condo, got pre-approved last week. My credit card statement is beautifully minimal now. Just my actual expenses. No random boutique charges, no expensive brunches I didn't attend, no content creation equipment. The card my ex was using? Closed it entirely. Got a new one. Fresh start. Sometimes I wonder if she ever thinks about it. About what she gave up for Instagram likes. About the actual person she was dating versus the persona she wanted to project. But probably not. She's too busy curating her aesthetic. And I'm too busy living an actual life.